In 2026, we are witnessing a phenomenon that history has never seen. A generation that is more connected, more informed, and more awake than any before it is also the loneliest. Across the globe, Gen Z is opting out of romance. Marriage rates are in a free fall, and for the first time, never dated is becoming a common social status. It isn't that they don't want love, it's that the world they inherited has made love a luxury they can no longer afford. To understand this silence in the bedrooms of Gen Z, we have to look at the invisible walls built by the 21st century. For the previous generations, marriage was the starting line. You found a partner, moved into a cheap starter home, and built a life from the scratch. But for the Gen Z, that starting line has moved. In the age of social media, partnership is no longer the foundation, it's the capstone. It is the trophy you are only allowed to claim after you have the perfect career, the perfect body, and the perfect mental health. We have replaced the messy growth of young love with the requirement for the total self perfection. For many in Gen Z, they don't feel ready for love because the bar has been set as an impossible height. Behind the loneliness is a massive structural shift. Gen Z women are now the most educated generation in human history, outstudying and out earning their male peers at record rates. But as a woman move forward, a significant portion of the Gen Z men are falling out of the system, dropping out of the school and the workforce. This creates what economists call the assortative mating mismatch. We are seeing a generation where the dating pool is no longer a pool, but two different islands. As the economic and educational gap widens, the ability to find a matching partner vanishes, leaving millions on both sides waiting for a connection that never comes. In 2026, the greatest romance killer isn't lack of spark, it's the cost of spare bedroom. For Gen Z, the housing market has become a permanent barrier to adulthood. In previous eras, a single income could support a household. Today, even two incomes barely cover the rent in major cities. When you are 24 and still living in your childhood bedroom or sharing an apartment with three roommates, the physical and emotional space for a relationship disappears. We are seeing the first generation that is literally too broke to settle down. Love requires space to grow, but for the Gen Z, that space is priced in millions. Finally, there is a digital wall. Gen Z is the first generation to move their entire dating life onto an algorithm. We have traded the messy risk of real life encounter for the safety of a swipe. But this safety is a trap. It has created a vulnerability recession. When you can hide up behind screen, you never learn how to handle rejection, how to read a room, or how to be truly seen. We have become a generation that craves intimacy but is terrified of the friction it requires. We are scrolling for soulmate while losing the ability to talk to the person standing right next to us. The Gen Z love crisis isn't a failure of heart. It is the result of an economy that made houses too expensive, an education system that created a divide, and a digital world that made us forget how to be a human. Love isn't dying, it's being held hostage by the world we have built. The question for 2026 is simple. Are we willing to fix the system? Or are we content to watch the loneliest generation stay that way? Is love a luxury only the rich can afford now?